Welcome, everyone. Today we're diving into, well, the bones of a business structure, specifically how SAP best practices lays it out.
That's right. We've got some diagrams here showing things like the analytical scope, accounting setup, logistics, SDMM, and the sales domains in a kind of sample company.
Yeah, and our mission really is to unpack these core elements. We want to see how they fit together, give you a clear picture, but without getting lost in all the technical jargon.
Exactly. We're looking at the structured entreprise, the big picture, and then zooming into comptabilité, logistique, and ventes, the accounting, logistics, and sales views.
Okay, let's kick off with the parameter analytique, the analytical scope. I see a controlling area number 1000. Looks like it gets data from something called BB101.
Likely a data source or configuration building block. And that feeds into a paramètre de résultat, a profitability analysis area, 10xx.
Where XX is the country code, right?
Right. And we also see the société, the company code, also 1000, and a credit control area, again 1000. So why keep that analytical scope separate from the company code itself? What's the point?
Well, it's really about perspective. The controlling area, that's for internal management accounting. Cost centers, profit centers, internal orders. How are we really doing inside?
Okay. Internal performance tracking.
Exactly. Well, the company code, 1000 here, that's your legal entity. That's for external reporting, balance sheets, P&L statements for, tax authorities,
They are
shareholder.
each different audiences, different needs. Makes sense.
And the profitability area lets you slice performance analysis, perhaps by market or product line, across different legal entities if needed, though here it looks country-specific.
Interesting. Okay, let's shift to the accounting structure view. Synthèse pour FICO HCM, financials, controlling, HR. We see mandant at the top. That's the client, right? The highest level.
Yes, the absolute top level in an SAP system. The client contains everything else. Underneath, there's our controlling area and company code again, linked to profitability and credit control. But then look, we have these domain due personnel areas 1000, 1100.
And they each have their own domain personnel sub areas.
So why split personnel like that? Different employee groups.
Most likely, yeah. You could have, say, 1000 for your factory workers and 1100 for office staff, maybe.
Okay.
And the sub areas let you get even more granular, different departments, maybe union versus non-union, hourly versus salaried within those main groups. It helps manage HR policies, payroll, reporting.
Right. Structure for HR management. Got it. Moving on to logistics. Conteste pour SDMM, sales and distribution, materials management. Again, mandant, controlling area.
And the company code 1000 is central. Now, see how it connects to an organisation d'achat? That's the purchasing organization, also 1000.
With buyer groups under it, like 100, 103, 100, and 113.
Yep. And then separately, an organization commercial, the sales organization, Furious again, linked to business sectors 10 and 20.
In production division 1000, distribution division 1100. So purchasing versus sales orgs. What's the core difference there? And what about these sectors and divisions?
Well, simply put, the purchasing org buys stuff, materials, services. The sales org sells stuff, your products.
Okay. Buy side, sell side.
Pretty much. The business sectors, 10 and 20, could represent different product lines, maybe consumer goods versus industrial goods, something like that.
And the divisions. Production and distribution.
Production division 1000 is likely focused on the manufacturing plant or where goods are made. Distribution division 1100 maybe handles the warehousing and shipping operations. It segments the operational flow.
Okay, separating the making from the moving. Now, the domain commercial, the sales view, gets even more granular.
Yeah, it brings a lot of those elements together, but adds more sales-specific layers.
We see the sales org 1000, but now with canal distribution channels, 10, 20, 30, is that like direct sales, retail, online?
Could be, exactly. Different ways you sell to customers. And then you have divisions 10 and 20 associated with those channels, maybe product groups sold through that specific channel.
Okay, so layers upon layers, and then specific point d'expedition shipping points, 1000, 100R, 1100, 110R.
Those are the physical spots where goods actually leave the building, like a specific loading dock or warehouse section.
And magazine storage locations, Atelier 1020, Expedition 1030, Retours 1060, all linked to simplified warehouse management. How does this whole stack ensure products reach the customer?
It's all about creating a clear path. The sales org defines who sells, the channel defines how, the division might specify what product group, the shipping point is where it leaves from, and the storage location is where it was kept just before shipping.
Right. Each step is defined.
Exactly. It ensures orders are processed correctly, inventory is picked from the right place, and shipped via the appropriate route depending on the channel and customer. Efficiency and accuracy.
So pulling it all together, what's the big takeaway for you, the listener? This shows a very systematic way to structure a business, doesn't it?
Absolutely. You see how the legal entity, company code, is distinct from internal management controlling area, how HR is segmented, and how the buy side and sell side logistics are organized with increasing detail down to the warehouse floor.
It's all interconnected. Everything talks to everything else, ideally.
That's the goal of an integrated system.